Hello, you amazing friends. Edward's here speaking in a beautiful winter sun with the amazing Steph. How are you today, Steph?
Good. How are you, Ed?
Good. I'm sitting in a winter's sun right now. I tell you what, you can't sit in front of a Sydney summer sun like this, but a Sydney winter sun is delightful. What do you think?
I was just outside and it is a beautiful day today. Very beautiful.
There you go. And today's topic, of course, we're talking about more sales and business networking. My name is Edward Zier, and great to have Steph Gabriel with us. Now, Steph Gabriel, you are a legendary business networking expert. You spent a lot of your time, you're based in Sydney, spent a lot of time in the city of Ryde, which is a cool business part of Sydney. Tell us all about your recent shenanigans and stories. Any breakthrough lessons on business networking lately you want to share with us?
I've been doing a bit of networking and I think it's all about the consistency and, finding the right vibes and, I think assessing, which rooms are the right rooms to be in. And, you have to be able to take it past that point as well. So you need to build those connections outside of the room. It's a good place to meet people, but then it's really up to you to build those connections with whoever you have synergy with.
Exactly. And exactly the point. I love how you put it. I love saying it to people because I have every now and then I get some kind of smart ass coming out of the woodwork saying to me, Ed, how much money am I going to make from your business networking events? And they're trying to be smart asses, right? And I usually reply to a smart ass either by being a smart ass or I block them, right? I pick one of those two responses based on however I feel. And quite often I'll say as well, business networking, you actually don't make business any money out of business networking. In fact, business networking costs you money, but business networking gives you access to people. It depends how well you are talking to people in terms of how much money you make. And they never like it when I give that answer. What do
And
you
look, I
think of
think
that
Ed,
answer, Steph?
they've got the wrong perspective. I think they've
Yeah.
got the wrong perspective on it. I think it's more about the long game. It's not about going, meeting people, and making a sale. That's not what networking is
Okay.
about. And I think the sooner
True.
people come to terms with that, the more successful they'll be at networking and building those connections. And eventually, even becoming a referral partner. That person might not be a client, but they could be a potential great referral partner as well.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm off to your business networking event, I think, which is next week or the week after. And you've turned it into quite a business lunch. And what you've run two of them, and you've already got a massive group of people. Tell us
Mhm.
a bit. Tell us. I know. Tell us a bit about your networking lunch that you run, and what have been some of your networking breakthroughs? Some big things you want to share with the audience.
Sure. So it is happening next Wednesday, the 5th of
Ah,
June at
very
11:30. At 11:30 at West Ryde Hotel, and it goes for 2 hours, and it is a lunch and networking event. And we do go around the table, and everyone gets a chance to say very briefly who they are and what they do. And there's enough time to be able to have a conversation with everyone, which is great. We share a meal together, and we're pretty much hitting two birds with one stone, and it's just something different to do in the area as well, because there's nothing really at lunchtime. So here I am, starting something at lunchtime.
Very, very cool. And I like it because you've got run two events, you get about 30 to 40 people. And that brings me to my next question, right? There's a lot of people out there, be it they're in business, their business is stagnating, they want to get the business going. People always talk about business networking, right? And I get asked this all the time. First networking event. Let's say by the way, if you are listening, like, share, comment, say hello. Great to have you with us. But let's say hypothetically to someone who's listening, it's their first networking event. First time they've ever been networking. What do you
Mhm.
say to them, Steph? What do you say to someone who's listening, never been networking before? How do they handle it? What's your reaction there?
Just remember that we've all been there before, that
Mm.
daunting, horrible feeling of, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
I don't know a soul, I'm new at this." And
yeah,
it's really about, going to networking events that are gonna make you comfortable and make you feel like you're in the right room. I think that's a
yeah.
really good starting point, and just, be yourself. It's about, being honest and authentic, and that's what will, again, that's what will bring people, to you sort of thing, that authenticity, because we've all been there before. And, when you're doing anything for the first time, it's daunting. So just take that step and you'll feel better for it afterwards, no matter how good or bad it goes. The fact that you took the step and you did it, that is an achievement in itself.
Oh, gotcha. And interestingly, so we go to heaps of networking events, and we're even actually running a new networking event this Friday. We're running our Lane Cove local. I'm in Lane Cove now. Our Lane Cove local business lunch on Friday. Are you coming to that one, Steph? I think you did book in for that one.
I'm definitely coming. I can't believe
Oh,
it's Thursday already. I don't know if I've booked
yeah,
in, I
it's
won't
tomorrow.
lie. It is tomorrow. So I've
Funny.
had a pretty busy week, but I'm definitely coming and supporting and networking, because I think you'd agree, Ed, that when you're hosting an event, it's very different to just attending an event.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's a very different, role that you're playing. So I'll definitely be there tomorrow, as long as nothing major comes up between now and then.
It's funny actually because so tomorrow I'm obviously hosting, right? But it's
Mhm.
funny, even when I attend events like yours, it doesn't matter how incognito I try to be, it just doesn't work for me. So it's sort of like it's like the more I hide is the more obvious I become. So I think it's always crazy how networking events work. And here's one of the biggest things I've always found in networking events is I remember when I started networking, when I started networking, I was very much I got to talk to everyone in the room. I got to get everyone's details, that sort of thing, right? Now,
Mhm.
years later, I'm actually quite different. I just go to a networking event and unless I'm running it, I mean, if I'm running it, I'm running it, right? But even if I'm running it, I'll tend to hang back and only interact with people that really want to talk to me. And I found that when I hang back a little bit, it makes life a bit easier. We got Carlotta with us. Carlotta, hello. Carlotta watching from Facebook says hello. If you've just come in, like, share, comment, say hello. Please leave a comment. Apologies as well. Not all the comments come through on StreamYard, so if I do miss your comments, please don't think it's a slight against you. Unfortunately, not all the comments show up on StreamYard, which is a real pity, much as I love StreamYard. But I wanted to say back to you, amazing Steph, right? What's your take on the attitude of trying to meet everyone versus hanging back and just connecting with the people that are really interested? What are your sort of takes on both extremes of behaviors?
I agree with you, Ed. I think it's quality over quantity at the end of
Yes.
the day. If you have good synergy and a good connection with 4 people, then you've achieved more than you need to achieve, by attending that networking event. Initially, you do think it's quantity over quality, but
Yeah.
as you gain more experience, you
Yeah.
realize that it's more the quality rather than quantity at networking events. And then, yeah, you just go from there. You go from, meeting those people to booking in the time to having a coffee or whatever it might be, and just seeing if, there is potential there, to build that working relationship.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, Steph, tell us your pitch. If someone asks you to pitch what it is, I want to hear your pitch. Right now, quick, go. What's your pitch?
I'm Steph Gabriel. I'm a business mentor and manager, and I essentially help businesses grow their business by working on their business. And look, anyone that's put on the
Good
spot
pitch.
always feels
I know. I know.
it's but this is the thing, right? I've been doing this for a while, Ed, and even
You've
I
been this
get
for years. You're a raving
yeah.
expert at it. There you go. You're
Exactly,
amazing
but
at it.
however, if someone gets put on the spot, and this is for any newbies as well, I
Yeah.
still get, tongue-tied. So,
Yeah.
it's normal, and it's okay to feel that way, especially when it's your first time or your second time or whatever it might
I,
be.
I know. But your pitch sounds amazing, but I know it's very hard in this situation. Ask me what my pitch is. Do you want to hear my pitch?
Go for it.
I teach LinkedIn and run a business network.
Simple. And
Yeah,
it
I've gone
says it
too far
all.
the other way. Yeah, so yours sounds better. I've gone too far the other way. I teach LinkedIn, run a business network, and then I shrug. That's kind of my pitch these days.
But it works. It's short and sweet. And then if people want to know
Does.
more, they will ask you.
Does. Now, I was going to ask you for your West Ride next Wednesday, which I'm looking forward to. What are you going to be doing this time? What have you got cooking for us? Any secrets or what has Steph got in the pipeline?
I'm adding one element to the networking event. So we're going
Yeah.
to. I'm not going to say what it is now. I'd love for people to come and but there will be something there more on a personal note as well, because that will be a great conversation starter for everyone as well. So it's just that added element of supporting people in breaking the ice and having that conversation. So it's just, yeah, it's always about refinement, and I think working from there on it will only get it better and better. And I'm hoping for 40 to 50 people this time, Ed.
Oh, there
So
you go. There
I'm
you go. You got to
hoping.
crank it up. Hoping. There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's right. But I do
40 to
know a
50
few more
people. Love it.
people coming, so a few from the chamber as well. So I'm really excited. Um, you got to do the work, right? You got to do the work and build it up. That's what it's about.
Good for
So
you. I hope that. Now, with our Lane Cove lunch, I'm hoping for at least 20 people tomorrow. So, but we'll see. There you go. So
I think
we've
you'll
got
get
the
30 to
bar.
40. I think you'll
Yeah,
get
you should
30 to
get
40.
30, but
Yeah.
20 to give it the tick and flick. 20's the 20 people for our meetup tomorrow is a minimum. That's the basic. Yeah, tick. This is working out. I can look the other way sort of reaction.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah.
go.
It's
Yeah.
always that first one that you do that's a little bit nerve-wracking, isn't it, Ed? Because you just don't know. You don't know.
But you never know.
You'll be
You never know.
fine.
You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You never know.
You'll be
So
fine
I'm not
though.
pumped. It's funny, like even for me, starting a new meetup is always nerve wracking, right? It's like, oh, I got stuff to do. Oh, I gotta think for a change. Oh, I just can't resync. I just can't recycle my old hits. I can't be. In fact, actually, I just can't be Hollywood. In fact, change of topic for the moment.
Yep.
Isn't Hollywood getting lazy lately? All they're doing is just recycling old ideas. Do you agree with that statement?
I wouldn't know, to be honest, Ed.
What do you
I don't get
You just
much
so don't.
time
Yeah,
to
you
look.
so don't care about Hollywood that your questions are relevant.
No.
But
I
there
think
we go.
the phrase you were looking for was rinse and repeat. Was that the phrase you were
There
looking
you
for
go. Rinse,
before?
rinse and repeat. There's no rinse and repeat for me tomorrow. It's all new stuff. I gotta say, I love where you're going, Steph. And I'm just going to ask a few Barb questions now.
Sure.
If you're at a networking event and you deal with a narcissist, someone who's toxic, or someone annoying, how do you deal with toxic people at networking events? I know how I deal with it, which is pretty funny, but not recommended. How do you deal with toxic people at networking events? Because unfortunately, toxic people do inhabit the earth with us. As much as I think they shouldn't, they do.
Well, I just simply excuse myself and go and speak to someone else. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
I need to go.
simple.
I need to go powder my nose. Is that
Yes,
it?
that's
No.
right.
Powder my nose.
And then the whole time you avoid them. So if they're on this side of
Yeah,
the room, you go to that side.
yeah,
No, it's really just simply
yeah,
saying, hearing them out and then just going, right,
yeah.
okay, excuse me, I've
I'm
got to
out of
go
here.
and speak to someone else. Yep, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
I meet some crazy sort of people. But one thing I found lately, though, and I'm saying this positively, a lot of the toxic people seem to have disappeared. I'm going to run out of stuff to talk about, but for a while there, I was like toxic people everywhere. Now we're running out of toxic people. Like all the toxic people have seemed to have disappeared and moved on. Maybe they got the memo. What do you think, Steph?
Don't speak too soon, Ed, is all I'll say.
Oh no, I'm going to get a stack of now because I'm going to get a stack of people at our meetup tomorrow to re-educate me.
Hmm. Just don't speak too soon, because the moment
That was
you
really.
relax with something, that's when it happens, right?
Oh
That's
no,
that's
I'm in.
it.
I
But
just
I'm
set so
sending positive
tomorrow.
vibes, right? But I'll be there for you. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I should bring a water pistol full of red cordial tomorrow, and I'll just squirt toxic people with my little water pistol of red cordial. So there you go.
that would be
There
a
you
good
go.
way of,
Yeah.
pointing them out. Yep.
Oh. But the tough life of business networking. Now, Steph, I love your work. I love our chats where we shoot the breeze, unpack the complex onion that is sales and business networking. And before we head off, because we should head off soon, we've got school pick up that. Do you have any closing thoughts, Steph, or anything else you'd love to tell us before we wish our audience adieu for this afternoon?
Just that, maybe attend at least one networking event a week. I think if you
That's a
aim
good
for
idea.
at least one, that's a really good positive starting point because
Mm.
they do drain energy and they do take up a lot of time as well.
Yeah.
So I think even if you aim for one networking event a week, and we want quality, let's and sometimes you got to trial and error these things, but even
Yeah.
one a week is a great place to be for your business. And if you have trouble finding those one a week, speak to Ed or myself, and I'm sure we'll come up with so many for
There we
you.
go.
That's
There we
simple.
go. Steph, love your work. We got to go pick up kitties now, but I'll talk to you later and appreciate you. And thanks again, Steph. I know you're a busy lady.
Have a great one. Thank you, Ed, and thank you to everyone that was watching today.
Oh, beautiful. Love you, winners. Stay awesome and talk to you all later. You people are amazing.